So yesterday I had a bit of a disastrous flight. I just basically wigged out when I was up there, didn't feel confident, didn't feel like I had the circuits down pat, and I was just getting really frustrated. Pretty much stemmed from like rushing earlier on before I had to get up there. So today we're really going to sort of focus on our circuits, try and consolidate, getting our laps in, being really comfortable and just doing the basics right, and hopefully have a better flight. So I'm feeling good, and yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll start the taxi, so brakes will come off.
What we'll do is we'll just get this ATIS sorted out. Just so you know, if you ever forget an ATIS, you always set it to the airfield elevation, and at Bankstown it's roughly about 36 to 40 feet.
Bravo 1.
Should just clear to the right?
Yeah. And when you do that, just watch your wingtip in relation to others. Yeah, that's it. So you look after the radio?
Yep.
Now he's going to get us to go around the back.
Bankstown ground, Cherokee, November Foxtrot Romeo, on Lima, receive Delta, for circuit, request taxi.
November Foxtrot Romeo ground, taxi via Alpha 1 and Juliet and Echo to the runway, port in the bay.
Taxi via Alpha 1, Echo, Juliet, over to the runway bay, November Foxtrot Romeo.
Juliet then Echo.
Have a look at the flag over there, the sock, and just get a sense of what's going on.
Yep.
Wind is one of pilot's weakest links.
Okay. You birds?
Was it with you? We saw the foxes?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think they've got rid of them. I haven't seen them.
292 clearance available.
Okay, park brake on, so rolling go. Park brakes on. Mixture is full rich. 1000 RPM throttle, fuel selector, so we're going to change it to the right tank. Whoops, we're getting a bit of creep here. I'll change this fuel to the right tank, the fullest tank. Oil temperature is in green, which it is. I'll throttle to 2000, check behind us. Nothing there, put my foot on the brakes. Okay, we're at 2000, temps and pressures are in the green, yes. Positive charge on the ammeter, yes. The suction is good, yes it is. Carburetor heat, so we're going to turn it on. Leave it on for a little bit to de-ice.
Yeah, just to see if there was any ice there, what it'll do, it'll just sort of run a bit rough as the ice melts and it
clears up.
Then it'll come good, it's all good.
Back off. Magnetos, we're going to check the left first. Watch a dip. Back to both. And then right. Watch the dip. Back to both. And then bring our throttle back down to idle. Make sure it's idling at 500 to 700, which it is. And then set our throttle at 1000. Okay, and then that's good to go there. Alright, so pre-takeoff checks, fuel pump on. Flaps set for takeoff, so just check the flaps. First, second, third. First, third, yep. All good. Okay, trim set for takeoff. Primer in and locked, mixture full rich, which it is. Flight instruments check and set, nav aids as required, so we're on standby. Do we want that on alt?
Yeah, so just as you enter the runway, we're going to go with landing light. And transponder to alt.
Okay.
That's more or less it, yeah.
Alright, no worries. Light control, full free movement, so check that. All good. Cherokee, November Foxtrot Romeo, ready in run-ups.
November Foxtrot Romeo, taxi point Bravo 2, runway 11 right.
Taxi holding point Bravo 2, runway 11 right. November Foxtrot Romeo.
So, we've got a crosswind from the right. So what I'd like to do, I'll demonstrate this one. You just follow me through on the controls.
Sure.
Backstown ground, Robin Zulu Yankee on Bravo, we can text back to Kilo. Zulu Yankee ground, taxi via Bravo and Alpha. Taxi via Bravo and Alpha, Zulu Yankee.
And whilst you're doing these circuits with these crosswinds, just remember the river analogy that we talked about in the on the whiteboard back at the school.
No worries. Bankstown ground, November Foxtrot Romeo, holding short Bravo 2 for runway 11 right, ready for circuits.
November Foxtrot Romeo, tower runway right, clear for takeoff.
Clear Clear for takeoff, November Foxtrot Romeo.
Runway right, November Foxtrot Romeo. Okay, so I have control. We'll just keep it rolling.
Yep.
With a crosswind,
Yep.
we basically want to put a bit of aileron into the wind.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
So the wind doesn't pick the wing up.
Right, okay.
Airspeed alive, static RPM increasing.
Yep.
As we start to build a bit of speed,
Yep.
I'm going to sort of relax the aileron a little bit. There's our 55, 60.
Yep.
And see how it naturally sort of weathercocks in?
Wow.
It's not too bad, really.
Yeah, okay.
And now we want to adopt that 79,
Yep.
and I'm just going to trim.
Yep.
Now what I've done here as well,
Yep.
I've got a track,
Yep.
so you could come over and use the track and then set a heading. So you have control, mate.
Okay, I have control. Yep.
Thanks, and ground swing 8880 on Foxtrot, information Delta, request taxi, crosswind departure. Swing 8880.
Airspeed seems a bit low.
Because what I've done, I've trimmed it,
Yep, yep.
which I think might have been what was working against you yesterday. I don't think you were trimming it real.
Yeah, I don't think I was either.
I think you're really fighting it.
Yep.
A little bit of right rudder to keep the ball balanced.
Okay, yeah.
That's it.
Okay, and I'm looking at the runway.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we get to about
950.
950.
But don't be in a rush.
Yep.
Turn downwind and do your 45 to the end of the runway.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now start looking outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can hear the engine starting to rev, so
Yep.
bring that power back and choose a reference downwind
Okay.
that's going to keep you on a track
Yep.
of 290.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would bring that power back 24, yeah, and
Yep.
get that trim sorted.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so now we're going to get down to 1800 on our power.
And
First
try
stage
not
up.
to come to the right here.
Yep. Okay.
Watch that high.
Yep.
We've got to
Yep.
pitch the nose up.
Yep. Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Okay. And we're washing speed off to get to about 80 knots.
Yeah, and as the engine slows down, you're going to have to get that power back up.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
And when you're 45,
Turn.
yeah. In the turn, 1500.
Yep.
And second stage of flap.
Yep.
That's 75 knots. Okay, clear left, right, centre.
left.
Round you come. Because the wind is going to be pushing us that way, so we anticipate a little bit.
Yep.
This is looking good. Last stage of flap at 65 knots, please.
Yep.
One thing we didn't do on that one is our pre-landing, so
yep.
we'll try and get...
Tower swing 8880, holding point Bravo 111 center, ready, crosswind
So
departure.
the wind is going to be pushing
Yep.
us. That's it. So we just, that's it, well done.
Runway
Eyes
center,
on the
swing
numbers,
Yep.
maintaining the profile with power.
Yep.
Airspeed with attitude.
Victor X-ray, good day, taxi 2, hold short, main pad. Short main pad, Yankee Victor X-ray.
I'd get that power to idle.
Okay.
Yeah. Hit that 65
Yep.
with attitude.
November Foxtrot, join final 11 left, report 3 miles.
Yep.
Left, report 3
Watch that airspeed, that's it, lower the nose, yeah. Yeah, keep that coming down.
Yep.
Keep it coming down. Power off, and now I want you to start holding off
Yep.
for me. Eyes
Yep.
to the end of the runway
Yep.
and hold off,
Yep.
hold off, hold off, hold off.
Yep.
Okay. Flaps away, we're away.
Go
A little bit of right aileron there.
Okay. Yep. And we're rotating.
RMG runway 11 center, approaching Whiskey India in pursuit of Delta. Alright, okay, Roger, you cleared the RMP approach.
Yes, you can see, really, I can really tell that I'm sliding. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it now.
Number 1, report 3 miles. Runway center, number 1, report 3 miles, Mark Yankee.
Alright, so at 400 feet, we're going to make sure that we've done our pre-takeoff checks. So landing lights.
T's and P's on the green, landing light off.
Greens, yep, landing light off.
Yep, everything's looking good there.
Approaching 500.
Charlie runway 11.
We're just going to clear left, centre and right. We're going to start our turn. We're going to keep an eye on that rudder. Try not to bank too much this time. We're going to keep an eye on that airspeed I'll maintain that 79 knots. Okay. Keep that climb going. It seems to be going pretty well.
Looking for a heading of about 200?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, a track? Yeah.
So I'm going to check the runway there. I feel like I'm pretty good. Might have to angle it a bit more that way. I'm just going to do that. Once I get to 900, I'm going to start thinking about my leveling out, which I'm going to get my attitude set. So I'm going to push forward. First of all, get the attitude, build up the airspeed, then I'm going to power off. Get that nice and comfortable and under control. And then I'm going to start my turn at 45 degrees. Okay, maintain that attitude. I don't want to climb, that's not what I want to do. And then I want to pick my reference point and then start thinking about the radio call. So first of all, am I parallel with the runway? I probably could go a little bit more left there, I feel. Maybe somewhere there.
That's pretty good,
feels better. Okay, and then I'm going to radio. November Foxtrot Romeo, in downwind for touch and go.
November Foxtrot Romeo, runway right, clear touch and go.
Runway right, clear touch and go. November Foxtrot Romeo. Okay, now brakes, yep, undercarriage, mixture, fuels, fuel pump on, no, fuel pump is on, sorry.
And I'll get you to go from right to left tank.
Okay, so we're going to put the left tank on.
Nicely done.
Yep, and we're maintaining our height. Once we get to the end of the runway here, we're going to back the power off to about 1800. I'm going to watch the nose this time, be a bit more aware of it. First stage of flaps, maintain our height here.
And come to the left there,
okay,
see how that moves.
Yeah.
Quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But I'm starting to now feel a bit more comfortable using the rudder.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm cleared left, centre and right. I'm going to begin our turn. And we're looking for second stage of flap, probably here. Would you?
That's okay, you can do that.
Yeah. Okay, and we're just going to maintain sort of 75 knots and that attitude.
And you're looking for about a heading of 040.
Okay,
so start levelling your wings there.
Yep. So about here.
And that ideally sort of gets us about 020 track.
Okay, yep. And yep, our rate of descent's looking good, so maybe a little bit more power?
Oh, no, because if more power,
yep.
less rate of descent.
Okay.
So that's looking pretty good.
Okay, yep, so we're pretty happy with that. I'm going to start edging over the turn.
Thanks, Santiago. Helicopter Zulu Golf Golf.
And could I start third stage here?
I think so, that's a good
idea. Yep, I'm going to start to slow ourselves down a bit more.
And I'd bring that powered back. Yeah.
Back a little bit, yep.
Yeah. Mike, Yankee, the northern runway available if you prefer advice. I'll take it. Thank you, Mark Yankee. Mark Yankee, runway left.
And is this when I'm starting to consider the left rudder?
You could do that if you wanted to. Just start to get a bit of a feel for what's going on.
Yep. Okay.
So I'd probably bring that power off.
Yep. Okay, and we want to just maintain that airspeed though. Oh.
So just come to the right.
Yep.
And now start getting a little bit of left rudder. That's it.
Yep.
We're starting to sink, so you may consider just getting a little, just smidgens of power, not too much. Keep your eyes on the numbers. Yep.
Mark Yankee, second.
Watch that airspeed.
Yep.
Mark Yankee.
Okay, a little bit of power for me. A little bit of power. Okay, power off now and hold off for me. Hold off.
Okay, flaps down. Full power. Okay.
A little bit of aileron.
A little bit of aileron, and we're rotating. Alright. Yeah, you definitely feel that that wind hit this thing.
Oh, this is nothing. Yeah.
Alright. So we're at, once we get to 400, we're going to do those checks again, put the landing light off.
Okay.
And check T's and P's are in the green, which they are. The landing light is off. T's and P's are in the green, they all look pretty good. Once I hit 500, I'm going to clear left, centre, and then begin my right turn. Yes.
Try and get that speed to 79.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
And then we'll just start getting a bit of right rudder in there, not too much. Okay, I'm going to climb a little bit more because I feel like it's probably a little bit not best rate of descent. We're about there. Okay, and I'm going to...
back over, look and see if
Yep.
remember what that wind's
Where's
doing?
the heading? Oh, yeah, so I'm way over. Okay, yep.
That's okay.
Okay, start looking at that heading. Okay, now we're approaching 950. I'm going to start getting my attitude set, so I'm going to push down. Get the attitude set first, pull the power on, get to 90 knots. Okay, and now I'm going to look back 45 degrees and turn. I don't want to be climbing though, that's very important. I need to make sure that power's coming back off. I can maintain 1,000 feet. I'm looking at the runway. I'm going to trim just to make sure that I'm not getting that climb. And might have to back the power off a little bit more, yeah. So,
is the wind's pushing us that way?
Okay, I'm going to radio. November Foxtrot Romeo for downwind for touch and go.
November Foxtrot runway right, clear touch and go.
Runway right, clear touch and go. November Foxtrot Romeo. Okay, and then I'm still coming over a bit left, yep. Okay. Yeah.
Just raise that nose because we're sort of dropping just a smidgen.
Okay.
That's it. Pre-landings, brakes undercarriage, brakes two. We've already got the fuel left.
Good.
Fuel pump.
Yep.
Landing
light
light
on. Yep.
Patches and harnesses.
I'm
We're good.
going to back the power back down to 1800. We're going to watch that nose. First stage of flap. Maintain our height.
Try not to come in.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of rounding into it, aren't I? Okay.
We're slow, a bit more power. It starts to slow that sink. Yep. And see how you're dropping the nose?
Yeah.
And we're losing height.
Okay, yep.
45 around you come.
Yeah, left, centre, right.
And now I want to raise the nose.
Yep.
75.
Yep.
Your power could be coming back to 15, second stage of flap.
Okay. 15, second stage of flap.
Zulu Golf is
And a heading of about 040.
Zulu Golf, main pad, jet land. Pad clear to lane, Zulu Golf.
Watch that airspeed. We're looking for 75.
Yep.
So lower the nose.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so your airspeed's a little low.
Yep.
Yep.
So we're going to turn here. Try and keep that rate of descent going, keep the airspeed going. Third stage of flaps.
Okay. Come over.
Yep.
Anticipate that crosswind.
Yep.
Now this is not a bad profile.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. Okay, so we're going to need some...
Left rudder.
Yep, left rudder.
There we go.
Yep.
See how you're bringing that back in now with your rudder?
Yep. Oh.
That's okay. Aeroplane will sort itself out.
Yep.
Left rudder.
Left rudder, yep.
That's it. Eyes on the numbers.
Eyes on the numbers.
Left rudder.
Bit more power.
Yeah, you could go with a little bit more power. Yep. Airspeed's getting a tad low, so a little bit more power, a little bit more power, a little bit more power, a little bit more power. Okay, so power off now and hold off for me.
Yep.
Hold off, hold off,
Yep.
hold off, hold off, hold off.
Okay, flaps down, full power. And we're going to rotate.
A little bit of right aileron.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, yeah. Whoop. Alright, so at 400, we're going to check our landing lights are off. T's and P's are in the green, which they are. Our climb is looking good. Once we get to 500, we're going to start looking at that left, centre, right. So we're going to begin the turn, a little bit of rudder. Maintaining that climb, we want to be under 80 knots. And we're looking for a heading of 200. Which we're at 187, so keep coming a little bit more.
Or not too much because there's a lag with the GPS.
Okay, yep, so I'm there, yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and I want to keep that climb going.
That's it.
Yep.
So just come to the left. If you look over your shoulder, we're
come over.
less than 90.
Okay, sure, yep. Okay, and then now we're going to get ready for setting the attitude, building up some airspeed. 9590, power's going to come off. And we're going to clear left, centre, right for our turn. A little bit of right rudder. I'm going to try and pick a reference point and try and maintain that. And I'll go first, before I do that, I want to trim, but I want to make sure I'm parallel to that runway. Okay, pick that trim point there. Okay, then I'm going to radio and touch and go again.
Yeah, one more.
Yep. November Foxtrot Romeo, downwind for touch and go.
November Foxtrot Romeo, no right, clear touch and go.
Runway right, clear touch and go, November Foxtrot Romeo. Okay, now we're going to do brakes, undercarriage, mixture's good, fuel sufficient, indicators are good.
Landing light, hatches
Landing
and arches.
lights, yep. So
And this time I'd like you to apply that carb heat.
okay, so carb heat on.
Yeah, you can whack it on there. Yeah.
Okay, carrying back to 1800, we're going to maintain our height here, so make sure the nose comes up. We don't want to lose, altitude. And we're watching that airspeed come down, about 80 there, okay. And once we get to our reference point here, clear left, centre, right. We're going to bring that second stage of flaps on. And we're trying to maintain that height too. And we want about 75, we don't want the airspeed to drop too much, so I have to control the nose. I'm going to keep it down a little bit
So
more.
if you lower the nose, that means you might need a little bit more power.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
That's it, because also our rate of descent's come up.
Yep, yep,
That's it.
yep. So yeah, we want to keep that at around that 500 mark.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. Cool. I'll just keep that
Airspeed, yeah,
no.
not too bad. Wouldn't want to come any lower.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so we look pretty good there. So I'm going to start just bringing that turn over a little bit, clear left, centre, right. And we can probably bring our third stage here, which is what we're going to do. We're going to keep an eye on that airspeed. We need to be at 65, so nose needs to come up.
And I would bring that power off.
Power's going to come off, yep.
That's it.
And we're just going to now start looking at rudder control.
That profile's looking
airspeed.
pretty good. Airspeed's looking
Yep.
good. Nice profile.
Airspeed's good, yep. And we want to keep that aileron a little bit to the right.
But if you do that, you need left rudder.
Yep, yep, okay.
Otherwise, you'll end.
Yep, okay, yep.
That's it.
Okay, yep.
Airspeed's a little low, so lower the nose, and you might need a smidgen of power.
Yep.
Don't spend too much time inside the cockpit now.
Yep.
Maintain the attitude.
Yep.
A little bit more power. That's it. Keep that attitude
Yep.
stable.
Yep.
Keep that power on.
Yep.
Okay, power off and hold off for me.
Yep.
Hold off, hold off,
Yep,
hold
yep.
off, hold
All
off,
good,
hold
all
off,
good,
all good.
all good.
Hey, well
There we
done,
go.
mate. That was
Control.
nice fun. Well
Yeah.
done.
Flaps down, full power. Okay, we're looking for 55, 60. We're rotating.
A little bit right rudder.
Little
Oh,
bit
sorry.
right rudder on,
should
yep,
say,
yep. All good, feel that.
Tower, good day, helicopter Delta, Oscar Juliet, ready November 1 for a chopper south departure with Delta.
Delta Oscar Juliet, report airborne November 1, will advise further instructions from me.
Alright.
Report airborne,
So we're going to be looking for 400 feet. We're going to be looking at pre-takeoff checks, which will be the landing lights.
Oh, just after takeoff? Yeah. So
The T's and P's are looking pretty good. Landing light can go off.
Delta Oscar Juliet airborne.
Okay. And our heading's a little bit to the right, is it? But that's because of the wind as well.
Delta Oscar Juliet, traffic zone, Cherokee on
Yes.
upwind from
500, clear left,
Maybe
centre.
a little bit to the right.
Make a right turn, track chopper south, 500 feet.
Right turn, track, chopper.
We'll make this a full stop if you like.
Sure,
It's
no
coming
worries.
up to an hour.
Yep. And and our heading was 200, so we're going to
Yeah,
start
so
leveling off.
anticipate over your shoulder.
Yep.
Much better.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
much
going to
better.
keep that climb going though. I want to keep that best rate of climb going. We want to get up to our height. Once I get to about 950, which is about now, I'm going to push forward, set our attitude, build up the airspeed, so make sure that we're not gaining height first. Get that nice and level, back the power right off. 24, keep that attitude. Look clear right, get to 45 and turn.
Sling 8880, runway left, cleared to land.
And it's downwind full stop.
Yep. Okay, and then now looking out at the runway, trying to get nice and level, pick our reference point, which is down there. First I'm going to trim. So I'm going to make sure that I've got this nice and steady. Yeah. And I'm going to try and get a little bit left there, and I'm going to radio. So November Foxtrot Romeo, downwind for full stop.
November Fox Romeo, runway right, clear to land.
Runway right, clear to land, November Foxtrot Romeo.
Tower November Foxtrot Romeo, request a northern runway if it's available, please, sir.
Report on base for the boss.
Report on base, November Foxtrot Romeo.
Alright, so we're going to go brakes, undercarriage, mixture's good, fuel sufficient, indicators, instruments are all good. We're going to put our landing light on, fuel pumps on, and now we're going to start thinking about pulling that back, that power to 1800. And we're going to keep that altitude,
Okay,
so we don't want to lose.
Don't come in.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. And we want to wash off the speed here, so we're at about 80. We're going to keep an eye out for that reference
Sling
point there.
80, change runway centre, clear
The
to land.
power comes up just a smidge.
Yep,
That's
yep.
it. Let's get that on as well,
Yep.
Around we come.
Okay, clear left, center,
November Fox
right.
Romeo, report sighting a sling 1 mile final from runway centre.
Looking, November Foxtrot Romeo. Sling sighted, sir, November Foxtrot Romeo.
Fox Romeo, pass behind the sling, change runway left, clear to land.
Pass behind the sling, re-cleared runway left, November Foxtrot Romeo.
And clear to land.
Oh, yep.
And clear to land, runway left, November Foxtrot Romeo. That's it.
Okay, so we're going left, yeah?
Yeah, so
Alright, so we're at about 70.
we're going to the runway left,
Yep. Okay, so we're at second stage of flaps here.
Yeah, would go maybe a little bit more power.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to clear.
Okay, yep.
Alright.
Okay.
Right.
Last stage of flap.
Yep, last stage of flap. We're looking for 5. The nose is going to come up a bit.
And I'd probably
Power
start.
off.
Yeah, well done, mate. Come to the left.
Yep.
Yep. We've just got that sling there. That's it.
Yeah, I can see him.
Alright, well done.
Yep.
Oh, not too much more power.
Yep. Yep, so just little changes. We just want to keep that approach nice. That glide going. Okay.
Okay,
Now I'm going to push a bit more left rudder.
Yeah, you bet.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay,
Not
a little
too
bit more
much.
power.
Not too much. Bit more
Sling
power.
80 on 80, back track in front.
A bit more power. Yep. Now your power can come on.
Okay, yep.
Hold off. Hold off.
Holding off.
Bit of right rudder.
Yep. Okay, power's off. Flaps are down. Nice and even braking. And we'll make that next left, I'd say.
Okay.
Alright. We want to clear the runway fairly quickly.
Yeah, well done, Andrew.
Checking right, no traffic on the left. Keep it moving. Probably a good speed there.
That's a great speed.
Yep.
Just keep it rolling. Well done.
Keep that moving, and then the aft. Yep.
And I'll let you look after the arc.
November Fox Romeo, taxi to parking.
Oh, taxi to parking, November Foxtrot Romeo, and thank you for runway left. G'day, sir.
No worries, g'day.
Alright, so now we're going to do the after takeoff checks, which is fuel pump off. Your fuel pump off?
Yeah.
Fuel pump off.
Landing light off.
Yeah, the thing goes
Landing
down.
light off.
Landing light off.
Transponder to standby.
Transponder standby.
That's it.
Alright.
You've already done the flaps, so
Yep.
normally we don't do the flaps until we're off the runway.
Yeah, I think it's almost a habit. As soon as I touched
Yeah,
down, I went bang.
And the reason for that is
Yep.
some flap indicators are very close to the gear lever
Yep.
for retractables.
Okay.
And so they go for the gear selector, for the flap selector,
Yep.
and they put the gear up.
Right. Okay.
So just as I just like to just teach, if it's a full stop,
Yep.
we just want
Just
to get
get
off
off the runway. Okay. Yep. No problem.
Swing 8880.
Yeah, that felt pretty good.
That was good.
Yeah, I felt a lot more in control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what works in your favour, Andrew, is when you patter it, when you verbalise it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remind myself as well. I'm like, oh, hang on, I've got to do that as well. Yeah. I felt like I redeemed myself from yesterday.
You're bit of a perfectionist, Andrew. I think you're a bit hard on yourself. So, but now need just to move forward and do those glide approaches.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with doing it. It's more just like me being confident that I'm in control of the aircraft as well. Like, I just didn't. I was letting the plane fly me, whereas today I felt like, no, I'm telling you what I'm doing.
Yeah, that was definitely.
And then I was listening to it like, no, okay, I've got set attitude's the most important. Yeah, have I got the airspeed now? Bring it back. Like, it's all right. You know, don't rush it. You know, and even just the little things like, if I don't. Like yesterday, I wasn't taxiing on the centerline, and it just pissed me off so much when I was in the car on the way home. Those little things just bother me.
That's a good thing because a lot of people wouldn't wouldn't care. When I see a student or I see an aeroplane that's taxiing on the centerline, I say to myself, "Wow, that's a disciplined pilot."
Yeah.
If you see someone all over the place, it's like, clearly that guy doesn't really care.
Yeah, and that's what worries me. Those little 1%ers, all of a sudden it becomes 10%, and that's where something bad's going to go wrong, you know?
We'll come around, and then what I'd like to do is take it all the way to the top.
Sure.
That's it.
No problem.
Just keep it going.
We're on?
About here, mate.
Yep.
Lovely.
Alright, so we're going to go right to left, so that's going to avionics off, mixture down. This is off down here. Our master's on. Things out on the dash.
Well done.
Thanks, boys. Just that whole lead up to that flight just felt way better.
Big improvements with your radio today, like just confidence, which is great.
Yeah,
you know, downwind, like you're thinking about what you're going to say.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I think really helped me today? The biggest change for me was probably the last 3 flights. I've really been fighting. I just haven't been trimming. I haven't been trimming correctly, and so today I really made a focus on get the attitude right. Trim. Get that set, everything good, we're climbing, everything's sweet, now focus on something else, you know? Whereas before I felt like I was like, shit, it's not where I wanted, now I'm too low, and I can't even think about anything else. So I feel like that little adjustment, really just understanding, you know, get that climb rate, trim for it, then start thinking about things sequentially, like don't overdo it, don't try and think of 10 things at once, you know? Because it's so frustrating. I was just sort of like, and then I was going blank yesterday. I was kind of like, I don't even know what to do next, you know? And that's when I started getting a bit overwhelmed, you know? So, but it's good to at least see it for what it is and then starting to control it. I feel like I'm moving forward, so yeah. Cool. All right, guys, I've just landed. That was chalk and cheese compared to yesterday's flight. I just felt so much more in control. I gave myself a lot of time before I got out here. I even came to the airport about 20 minutes earlier and watched a couple of planes do the circuit. I really got in the headspace and I just controlled a couple of little minor things, mainly the trim and the attitude. They were the 2 big things that were causing me a bit of grief yesterday, and to be honest, over the last few lessons. Today I just felt heaps more in control. I was way better with my radio calls and everything seems to be coming together. So yeah, you know, it's a great feeling going from like this morning where I felt really frustrated and pissed off about yesterday's session compared to today where, you know, it was a bit windy. We had to deal with a few other things, but all in all, I had a really, really great session. And yeah, I'm just so glad that I came back out the day after having that pretty shitty flight and making leaps and bounds. So, yep, stay tuned for the next one, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.